So we kicked off 2018 in full swing. I thought this year just feels different. I was hopeful and expectant of good things to happen. We traveled that summer and focused on just having fun. The enchantment of Bali, the luxury of Singapore, and the energy of Japan was exactly what we needed. It was the perfect getaway that gave us the opportunity to reconnect and just be free from the daily grind and the mental drain of trying to conceive. So we just stopped trying. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Journey On with Kayla. Thanks for tuning in to part 3 of this 5-part series of my fertility journey. If you're new here, please be sure to check out parts 1 and 2 so that you're all caught up. And also remember to like, comment, and subscribe to get notified when a new video is released. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to go down in this episode, so please just stick with me until the end, okay? Without any further delays, let's jump into the video. So you guys, after coming home from a 3-country tour, we felt refreshed and just ready to get back into the swing of real life. And at this point, we were approaching our 36th birthdays. I mean, we're literally like only 5 days apart. I wasn't really thinking about trying to conceive, but one day, just minding my own business, it just dawned on me that I just had not seen my cycle. So of course, I was so eager to take a pregnancy test. But by this time, I had taken so many of these tests that, were ultimately negative that I wasn't about to get my hopes up, high again. But I get to the store anyway, and I buy all these different brands because, they all have to say the same thing and agree. And Lord knows how much money I've spent on this stuff over the years. But anyway, I get home and I do the whole song and dance where I go pee on a stick and I hide it until the instructed time. But as I peeked at one and I saw the results, you guys, it was positive. And I started to flip them all over and just to notice that they all were. So I allowed myself to get all hyped up without any type of cautionary optimism. And I had already envisioned myself as 9 months pregnant. I mean, I was so excited that I could hardly contain myself. And I thought, man, the old wives' tale must be correct. I mean, if we just don't think about it and we just get away, then it'll happen, right? Anyway, I ran to the nearest store and I just like DIY'd this little cute baby announcement for Lee, and I bought a little onesie to surprise him. But unfortunately, as the story would repeat itself, not even a week later, you guys, the pregnancy fizzled out and my cycle started. And it was just another chemical pregnancy. And just as soon as it came, it went. By now, I'm distraught. I mean, it took us 3 years to get back to this point again from the last time. And I told Lee that it was time to take matters into our own hands. I mean, he was disappointed about the loss, but was still not ready to move forward with IVF. And you see, I was becoming more and more obsessed trying to get pregnant and to stay pregnant. And the one thing I knew for sure was that I was meant to be a mother. I just didn't know how, I was going to get there. Needless to say, I was going about this thing all wrong, but I went full force into this research binge of IVF. And I learned all about IUIs and, how that works, and just think, the turkey baster method. And based on the statistics at my age, there was only like a 13% success rate per cycle. And I needed something more substantial than that. So I finally ran across something called InvaCell. And this was less invasive and less expensive, alternative to like IVF. And it allows a person to use their own natural body temperature to support embryo development versus having the embryos grow in a lab. And the catch was, though, the little device that they put the embryos in could only hold about 6 to 7 embryos at a time. But the success rate was about 30%, and that just seemed more promising than any of the other alternatives. So this was it. This was the best compromise. And at that time, it cost about $7,000 without medication. But fortunately, my insurance did cover medication, so I was good to go for that cycle. And I found the only doctor in Houston that was performing the procedure near me, and I quickly set up a consultation. Police still wasn't on board, but I just ran with it anyway, and clearly this was really starting to impact our marriage. I mean, we weren't on the same page, but I ran with it, and reluctantly he participated. Fast forward to October 2018, We arrived to our doctor's appointment, and everything I had read about InVicell, the doctor was just describing to us. And I was super excited. And that day, they did the blood work and performed an ultrasound on me, only to find a large, benign fibroid tumor growing inside of me. So I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I had never felt any symptoms, and I felt violated, like this alien object was just taking over my body without my knowledge. And the doctor just said that she just couldn't move forward until the fibroid issue was addressed. So it just stopped me dead in my tracks, and it just killed my momentum. Once again, I'm feeling defeated and now challenged with another obstacle, because I didn't even know how long this is going to take to recover from a surgery and get back on the baby train. Now it's feeling like, a little optimistic, like, okay, maybe this is the reason why I'm not able to stay pregnant. I mean, this could be a good thing. So I scheduled an appointment with my gynecologist to have the surgery and get the fibroid removed. And there went another holiday season of just rest and recovery. Okay, so here we are, 2019. And after the experience of going through that with the fibroid surgery, I was more focused on my health and well-being. And so I started to focus on my nutrition and just switching up my diet, as well as working out and moving my body more. And after a few months, I just felt stronger and healthier and just ready to get back on this baby train. So check it out.
Today's the first day that I'm starting my process to go and start the IVF cycle or treatment. Just blood test today. I don't know everything right now. I'll find out more details later, but I just want my future children to know that the process to get you here was daunting. 5 years of trying, and now doctors being involved in modern medicine just to get you here in this world. Anyway, this man is lost. I can't flip the camera right now. Thank you. What are you doing, sir? I mean, are you okay? Guy's totally lost.
That's right, guys. I started my first IVF InVicell cycle in April 2019. I was optimistic, and I just knew that we were going to have success in this cycle. And if you're into the details, you can check out this medication list, because I know for all of those people that are going through IVF, I understand how important the details are. Now, I must say, there's nothing that can prepare you to take these stimulating medications to grow your follicles or eggs. But I thugged it out and gave myself the shots in my stomach. And that was probably after crying for 2 minutes before, just to gear up my mind to do it myself. And these follicle stimulation medications, they trigger the growth of eggs in your ovaries and gets the eggs ready for ovulation and fertilization. Because normally your body only produces 1 egg per menstruation cycle. This medication is just used to produce more eggs in IVF to give you a better, odds of fertilization, for those of you that didn't know. So we got through that process, and out of 6 eggs, we were able to get 2 embryos out of it. And those embryos were day 3 and day 5 embryos that were not genetically tested, since we were, doing a fresh transfer. Now, I know these details may go over a lot of people's heads, because if you've never gone through or experienced this process, you would understand. But if you know, you know. So now we were ready for transfer day. I was so confident this would work. And the doctor said that she would transfer both embryos into my uterus with the hope that one of them or both would take and grow into a healthy baby or babies.
Just finished our egg transfer, our embryo transfer. And of 8 eggs, we were able to transfer 2 that were fully developed. Process was not bad at all. It was a little, gut-wrenching at times, but it worked out. We're pretty happy, and in 2 weeks, we find out whether or not we are pregnant. So please keep us in your prayers. And we are continuing on with the journey, and I feel as though everything is positive. So you're going to keep positivity in this, and our doctor was great. Our nurses was great, and it was really quick and painless. So excited.
Yay! Yay!
Y'all see y'all's future dad. I want you kids to know that when you see this, y'all took a lot to get here.
Yes, you guys did, and we can't wait.
Y'all, I believe that we would get pregnant with this cycle. I mean, we were due to attend a wedding in Jamaica a few days after the transfer. And I thought, this would help because it would help to not have to endure like the infamous 2-week wait period before we could take a pregnancy test. So off we went to have more fun in the Jamaican sun. But as fate would have it, our fun was short-lived. And 2 weeks after the transfer had gone by, we were back at the fertility clinic, only to find out that our beta pregnancy test was negative. Now, this hit pretty hard because not only did we not conceive, but like $7,000 went down the drain. And y'all, oh my God, I am a firm believer on return on investment, so I really couldn't wrap my head about how this felt. But little did I realize there was so much more that I didn't know about the process and just so many other factors that, we just didn't consider. So after taking another L in 2009, we pushed through the year and of course, had to end the year with another trip because that never hurts.
Okay, so now we're in Vail Village.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
It's 10 degrees outside. Trying to find breakfast. And from here, we're gonna go snowmobiling, so stay tuned.
But y'all, in the back of my mind, I just remembered the promise of God that He gave me with the 3 tears that represented 3 children that I prayed for in 2016. And I knew that I was meant to be a mother, but I was still in God's way. Like I was blinded to my own will. I was on a mission to take matters into my own hands on my own timeline. And in January 2020, our friend who was also on her infertility journey asked if I ever considered IVF abroad. She said there was a clinic in the Barbados that had a lot of success, and it would basically cost like half of what we were charged here in the US. Now, y'all, why did she tell me that? Like IVF in paradise? That was all the ammunition I needed. So y'all know where we were headed to next. Look, I hope you're staying with me, and hopefully this resonates with some of you. The Bible says in Hebrews 11:6 that without faith, it is impossible to please Him. For whoever draw near to God must believe that He exists, and He rewards those who seek Him. And y'all, seeking Him, I was not. So let me know in the comments if you've ever been, ever chosen to just ignore the promises of God and did your own thing. Be sure to follow me as we wrap up these last 2 parts of this series. And as always, be encouraged, be faithful. I love you all with the love of God. Until next time, bye.